Hi, I'm Mel and welcome back or welcome to my channel. If you're new, please subscribe, and I thank each and every one of you who's subscribed so far. If you subscribed today, I thank you too. And today we are back with a fashion DIY, and these seem to be really on trend in the UK anyway. I'm not sure about the rest of the world, but I thought I would show you how to make your very own rather than spending, well, you've got to spend money anyway, but it's sometimes nice to have your own like know how to make things basically anyway. So what I have got is I've just brought an Alice band that it needs to be the thick length. This is 3 because this is all I could find, but it's too thin, so I'm going to use all 3 together inside. And then they were from Asda, and then I've got this, which is corduroy. Yeah, you can see it now. And this is a size age 7 to 8 pink corduroy, like leggings, like jean kind of, but they're not obviously. So I'm going to use the legs of these. Basically, you can use whatever fabric you want. It needs to have a little bit of stretching, which these jeggings do. And I wanted it the same colour as this, but this is the only colour, only t-shirt I have in this colour. So I thought, maybe not, I'll go for this, which can go with quite a lot of things. So I've gone for these. They were £7 in George Asda, but you obviously can use whatever you want, and you probably only need like 1 leg. So you can make as many as you want, or make this into a skirt, which I potentially might do for my niece. So anyway, let's get on with this DIY. So move the needles, thread, everything like that out the way, and then you want to take 1 leg, which is this, and you want to cut it. So I want to cut it, if you would just work it out for these Alice bands, so go from one end to the other end, so that's the full leg near enough. So I'm just going to cut just above where my finger marks the line. And that's all you need for your DIY. The rest you can make whatever you want out of. So then you want to cut out an oval shape. I can draw it for you, I don't know if it'll show up. So you want it the whole way along. I'm just going to freehandedly cut it. You'll see the shape what I cut in a minute, and just mimic the same. Okay, then you have 2 pieces pretty identical, look a bit like a fish. I'm just going to cut off this hem, this like overlocked bit, because I don't want that bulky, like so. And there is your headband, basically what you're going to use. So you can either sew this by hand or sew this on a sewing machine. I'm going to sew it on a sewing machine purely because that's what I've got, and why not. First of all though, you need to get a length, which this would work, because this is gonna have to be this wide. So the bit of trouser that I've got left, I'm just gonna make into a straight line. So obviously you can see where the curves have gone, so I'm just gonna chop them bits off so it's straight. Okay. Right side to the table of 1 bit of the fabric, and then you want to put your line of fabric in the middle. I'm just going to be trimming that up here, and then you just want to do a stay stitch along each side. Again, you can use needle and thread, or you can use a sewing machine. I'm using a sewing machine because it is quicker and easier for me to do. So all being well, this is going to work because I'm back on my proper machine, which is obviously mine, so it's fine. It's just the fact that my mum's been using this because we swapped over when I needed to use it. But you're just going to do straight stitch, leave the top open, straight stitch down, and then straight stitch down the other side as well. Okay, then, so that's sewn in now. You can leave these bits or trim them off, you know, like the excess thread. For your other bit, put your right side up on the table, and then your other bit needs to be right side to the other right side. And then again, you just want to stitch along the edge and along the edge, okay? Leaving the ends open. Hand sew. Same, just stitch along. I'm doing it on the sewing machine because I'm faster and easier. It's easier for me. Now you have to do this bit by hand. You need to turn this in the right way, so just use your fingers, or you can use like a knitting needle, a tooth picker, whatever you want to get it out the right way. But because it's got a stretch to it, it should be okay to do it like this. Voila, like so. Then you want to get your headband. If you've got one thick one, use that. If not, try and thread all three through. It should work on one still. Should I just try it with one? Try it with one. So here you can see the double hole. So this hole is where you need to put your headband through, and this is the back of it. So this will be what's against your head, is where the line is. Obviously, if you use pink fabric and pink stitch, you will be fine. Okay, so there you go, that's it through, and actually that probably works. Hang on. Yeah, that works. So you only need to use one. So I'm going to just move my sewing machine now because the rest is all by hand, and we will get going on the rest. Okay, next up you need to get a needle and thread if you've just used your sewing machine. If not, keep with what you have. And cut a bit of thread. Tie a knot in it, or a double knot even, and thread the needle. Okay, so that's all threaded now. Now what you need to do, you see the ends are still open, so find where your end of your headband is, and then you just need to tuck these all in. Just making sure that the other end's got enough room to be tucked into, which it has. And then you just want to secure this in place by stitching it. So put your needle through the middle of the fabric's joining. And how I do that is just tack it down in place and keep going like from one side to the other, with thread joining both bits of fabric together, which I pretty much think you can see. Again, it doesn't matter that I'm using blue thread. I'm using blue thread because then you can see what I'm doing clearly. But if you have pink, use pink. It doesn't matter for me because this is going to go down by my ear anyway. So, and then do the whole way across and the other side the same, and then I'll be back once I've done that. Okay, I casted off how I normally do, just by going over and over and over the last stitch, and once it's secure enough, about 4 or 5 times, then you can cut it off, that's fine. And then you've got your bigger hairband like this. Now to make it scrunched in the middle, but for me I probably want it scrunched on the right side a little bit, you use your needle and thread again. Okay, so on the nearest side to me, because that's where I want it, I'm just going to put my needle up and through. My finger is underneath so it can hold the thread in place. And then you just want to run the needle quite widely through. You don't want to catch your headband in, so you can feel that there in the middle. So you make sure you don't catch that, but go right through the fabric to the other side all the time. Okay, like so. And then you want to keep your finger on that side just so it doesn't come through, but you can pull it, but then you should be able to pull it tight and it will gather up like so and look like that, and then you can cast it off, which I'll do now, which you know how to do, just over and over and over again. Now this is where it's up to you. You can leave it like that, that's totally fine, but you know where they are quite often in a knot there? All you need to do is get another bit of your fabric that you have used, which I'll get now. I don't think that's bigger enough. So I'm just going to cut a little bit off the trouser. Like so. So let's cut that in half. And cut off the hem. Now this option, if you don't want to do it, obviously you don't have to, but you need to quickly stitch along the edge here, which I'll do now. I'm going to do it with needle and thread because I'm not getting sewing machine back up, which is what some of you may have already done, so you can see. Then fold your fabric right sides together and stitch along the edge like I did the ends really. And then cast off again on the last one by going through and through and through. Then you want to put this in the right way again, so just how you did the hairband really. This is obviously going to be trickier because it's smaller. Then, so this is the whole way through now. You just need to get a bit more thread and a needle. If yours is still full, then use that. Thread it. And then with this, you want like the side you stitched on the, like to the fabric. And then, so all you need to do is tie it round where you've done your gather stitch and then secure it in place. So, can I show you that? I've pulled it tight round and then I've turned this second one over and I've pulled it over the first, and then I'm just going to stitch along the line so it's secure and no edges are open. Okay, so the camera started to die as it was dying as I was filming that. So all I've done, you can see, is I've put that on and secured it on the back like I was doing, and just like casted it off basically whilst the camera turned off. So now it's done, easy peasy, and you can put it on. And there is your headband. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. Comment down below what colour you'd make this in, if you'd make it, and would you use a sewing machine or hand. Either way would work. I think even glue would work. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and thanks for watching. Bye!